Hello guys, it's another episode of What is Trending in the US.
Todd Blanche survives.
You know we got you on update.
Brutal Senate grilling on Epstein files and 12-10 vote.
Watch.
It's August the 4th, 2026. Capitol Hill rooms packed and tense. Judiciary Committee's in session, and the tension makes no sense to pretend. Todd Blanche is sitting there, former lawyer to a president, now up for AG. The room is loud, the camera's rolling. This is history playing out today. Let's go back a little first, so you understand exactly how we got here. Blanche was Trump's personal defense attorney. That part's always been clear. He moved up to deputy AG back in 2025, confirmed, narrow, tight. Now the top job's open, and he's fighting for it deep into the night. Sheldon Whitehouse takes the floor, and he lays the timeline out plain. He talks about 4 FBI documents, statements gathered in a case. Only one of the 4 got released, the one that left a name out the door. The other surfaced only after people noticed stamps didn't match before. He talks about 37 pages still sitting, still not shown. Says the law requires disclosure, but the pages stay unknown. He brings up a deputy AG's trip down to Tallahassee too. A meeting with a convicted woman, and what came from that, nobody construed. Adam Schiff stands up next, and his tone is measured, steady, sharp. He says the nominee still can't separate his old role from the star. Says he was a defense lawyer for one client, and some habits don't just fade. Says the country needs someone who works for the public, not a personal trade. But here's the turn in the story. Here's the twist that shaped the vote. 2 Republicans, Cornyn and Tillis, had their own concerns to note. They didn't like her from the DOJ, set her back in the month of May. $1,800 million meant for settlements. Some said misplaced. Tillis called it a payout pot. Said it insulted officers who served. Said the January 6 defenders deserve better than what this preserves. So Blanche made a move on Sunday night, just 2 days before the vote. He rescinded the fund himself in writing, put it out to note that one decision changed the math. It brought Cornyn and Tillis home. Grassley thanked them both for pushing. Said the deal had closed the loan, and when Tuesday finally came around, the room went through its call. 12 Republicans said yes together, 10 Democrats said no, that's all. Party line straight down the middle, not a single vote that crossed. Blanche moves on to the full Senate now. Next stop before recess is lost. Chris Coon stood and made his point, said the fund should not exist. Said going along with it at all was reason enough to resist. Bureau of Prisons responded to the transfer question on their side. Said the move was independent, security factors, nothing to hide. So here's where we stand today. The facts are laid out clean and true. A committee vote to rescinded fund, a hearing the whole country watched come through. Todd Blanche survived the grilling, moved a step closer to the seat. But the questions didn't disappear, they're still echoing through the street. 37 pages, one meeting, one fund undone at the last hour. This is how a nomination moves through Washington and power. Courtroom battles, before the headlines and the buzz. He started as a paralegal, working days to pay the bills. Went to law school most nights, built his record through the grinding skill. He clerked for judges on both sides, that part is on the record clean. Then became a federal prosecutor down in the Southern District scene. Years later he crossed over, became a defense attorney instead. took on the case of a former president. And that's the path that led to February 2025. His first confirmation hearing came. Deputy Attorney General questioned hard, questioned by name. He was asked about a case in New York. A mayor's charges dropped that week. Said he didn't know the reasoning. Said the record speaks for the record he'd keep. That answer got revisited. Letters sent, questions raised again. Judiciary Democrats asked for a probe into what he knew back then. No response ever landed. The question stayed open on file, but the Senate voted anyway. 52 to 46 filed. Now fast forward to 2026. The acting AG seat was his. Trump nominated him for the permanent post, and here's where the story sits. The Epstein files law required certain records to come to light. Whitehouse says only one of 4 testimony documents saw daylight. The other 3 came out later, only after people caught the gap. Date stamps didn't line up right, so the missing pages got tracked back. 37 pages of agent notes, the kind of testimonies built upon. Whitehouse says those remain withheld past the date they should have gone. The Maxwell meeting adds another layer to this history. A deputy attorney general flew down, sacked with her privately. Not long after, her housing change moved to a lower security site. Bureau of Prisons called it standard, said classification factors were right. Democrats call the timing worth watching closely, worth a formal ask. Whitehouse has sent letters requesting documents about the task. No full accounting has been released publicly to settle this, so it sits in that gray area between coincidence and this. Meanwhile, the fun fight ran parallel, its own separate track. The $1,800 million pool meant for a settlement pact tied to an IRS audit agreement connected to the president's name. Cornyn and Tillis wanted it narrowed, wanted the terms constrained. They wanted a written document limiting who the deal could reach, making sure it applied to settlement parties, nothing beyond its reach. Blanche worked through the weekend, issued the order, made it official, terminated the fund by Sunday night, called the concerns beneficial. That's the deal that unlocked the vote, that's what moved the room. Not the Epstein questions alone, but the separate funds costume. 12 to 10 straight down party lines, the committee gave its nod. Now the nomination heads to the full Senate floor, one step further along the road. Republican leaders want the final vote right before recess begins. Democrats say they'll keep raising the same questions again and again. This is where the record stands today, documented, dated, clear. A hearing, a rescinded fund, and unanswered questions still living here.